Alright, I'm Gade, and I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about the basics of martial arts. I'm going to be teaching you two major techniques while I'm up here, and that's going to be the takedown and the guard. These are two essential techniques that are going to keep you from getting completely destroyed. 75% of fights go to the ground. Most people think that fights usually consist of two people just boxing or fighting standing on their feet, but most fights are going to go to the ground. And if you don't know how to fight off of your back, you're in big trouble. The takedown is used to take your opponent down. That's why it's called the takedown. Essentially what you're doing is you're using a wrestling technique to overpower your opponent and bring them to the ground, ending up with you on top. Here you can see a guy getting ready to do the takedown. He's staying low, he's moving forward, and you can see his hand is right by his knees, so he can immediately scoop the opponent up, move his legs so he can't continue to just stand up, and bring him down. Next picture. Once you've taken your opponent down, you can get in a dominant position, such as mount, and you're basically able to punch your opponent as much as you want, and he really can't do that much about it. Basically, like I said before, the way to set up your takedown is to move close to your opponent, keep your hands up so that you don't get punched as you move close to your opponent, because unlike most martial arts, there's realism in this one, so your opponent's not just going to stand there and let you do whatever you want to him. He's going to fight back. So you keep your hands up to keep from getting punched. You're going to move down to one knee so that you can get down to your opponent's knees, and you're going to grab the back of his knee. You're going to push your shoulder against his hip to get leverage, and so that you can actually pick your opponent up. You're going to grab his other knee with your free hand, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick the opponent up, you're going to move his legs out from underneath him, and you're going to drop him on his butt. And from there, you're going to do that to him. And now for the guard. The guard's an extremely important way to not get beat up. It's the only really extremely strong defensive technique that I've learned in my career in martial arts. And essentially what you're going to do is you're immediately going to point your legs towards your opponent. You're going to wrap your legs around him or her, depending on if you're fighting a chick or not. And you're going to want to lock your ankles. And you're going to grab the back of the opponent's head and arm and keep him right up against you so he can't just push off of you and continue to ground and pound, because that'll hurt. Here's someone in an open butterfly guard. Notice he's keeping the opponent's head pulled right up against him so he can't get up and punch him a whole bunch. And he's got his legs wrapped around him so that he can keep him from being able to just simply stand up and move on. That's it. These are the two fighting techniques that'll keep you from getting dominated too hard. Thank you.